Alright, the idlers should be taken care of. They should all go off and do their jobs now. We may have some others popping up that I did not prepare for, but we'll have to see. They seem to be finding things to do after a little while. Okay, so, with that in mind, everything is going pretty smoothly. The King of Dwarves has mandated construction of certain goods. Alright, I'm sure whatever he's got going is important. We can't make any soap yet. We should see if we got any animals with that last migration wave. We got, well, there's a yak calf, a lamb, and that's about it. And if we look back at the announcements, I'm guessing we missed the yak calf being born at some point or another, and probably the puppy being born at some point or another as well. Oh yeah, there we go, the stray war dog has given birth to puppies. We had kittens, and either the yak calf was born a while ago, doesn't look like it, so someone must have brought the yak calf with them. But that's fine. That is what we would prefer if they're going to bring any random animal. At least they bring yaks, because that is going to be what we're going to focus on breeding. Okay, so can we fill our king's needs yet? We're getting closer. Getting ever closer to filling all of his needs. Let's put lots of statues in his room here. I'm sure he'll like that. Yeah, 3 more is good for now. And let's see, what else? We can start a sculpture garden over here in what was going to be the king's room. We can make use of it somehow, and I figure a sculpture garden would be a good use for that. Taking a look at everything, we should have some more plants now. No, we don't, but we do have fruit from that trade that we made, so we will brew whatever drinks we can out of it. We need to make a lot more barrels, probably to store things, so let's keep that going. Keep pumping them out. Okay, we want to unsuspend any of these constructions. Looks like everything is going alright. And how much iron do we still have? Still a decent amount. We want to forge some copper chains. And that will allow us to station our war dogs at our gate or near our trading post to fend off any thieves. Animals sometimes come by and steal things. If it's goblins, we're probably going to have more than the dogs to deal with it. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. So we'll build an armor stand and a weapon rack in the barracks, or what will be the barracks. And we'll build the first of what will be many beds, also in the barracks. And we'll put a door there so we can actually designate the room. We're going to put a bunch of archery targets down here. And that will be where our Marks dwarves train when we eventually get some. Our first squad, which now has 10 dwarves in it, thanks to that last migration wave, they are going to be melee guys with axes and all of that good stuff. Okay, so, looking at the calendar, it is late autumn, almost winter. A snowstorm has come, and we are going to have to prepare for said winter. Looks like we have plenty of food and drink, though, I think, so I'm not going to be too worried. We've got our farms going at pretty good speeds. We're gonna get a farmer's workshop there and there. There we go. And I'm sure we can do something good with those soon enough. Okay, what else? What else are we gonna do? I'd like to get a lot of this stuff inside. We should build our hospital. That's a good thing to do. And for that, we are going to need traction benches, which is why, another reason why we need these chains to be forged. And we're getting some more idlers again, so I'm gonna go fix that. Okay, so everything should be taken care of, and off camera, I have set the dwarves to start filling the tomb with with actual burial tombs. So, coffins, that's the word. That is the word I was looking for. We have that going on. We have the treasury being dug out. We have a ban imposed on certain exports. And we are also going to be digging a bit deeper. Down here is going to be our first mine. And we're going to dig off a little ways before we dig down deeper, just so I can fill a hallway here with cage traps, just in case we breach the caverns and anything unsavory decides to try and make its way up. Our sculpture garden is magnificent so far. It is one statue of flies. That's right. Come look at the superiorly designed image of 2 flies in limestone by Lolor. So yeah, you got that going on. We do have, of our 22 dwarves, 1 man and wife pairing. It is Ast here. Let's see. Where is he at? Which one is Ast? Well, here. If we go and look here. If we do this, we can see his wife is Dobar, the milker and the glassmaker, both of whom are in our military when it's going to be time to train, which is going to be soon, I think. Whenever we can afford to spare the labor of those dwarves, then we will set them to training. So, we don't have a traction bench built yet, unfortunately. Probably because we don't have a chain built yet. We're going to need to get someone onto building that chain pretty soon. Although I guess we don't need the traction bench until someone gets hurt. But that'd be good to have just for the sake of our hospital. And we are filling our hospital with thread, because that's what we need. And we are also pumping out a bunch of chests. In fact, let's just set that on repeat for a while, because we will definitely need a lot more chests. Our king still needs a bunch more of them, and all of our rooms are eventually going to have one. So we're going to need quite a few. So yes, looking at our food supply, we have plenty of it for winter, which is upon us now, as you see here in white. And pretty soon spring will come. It will be the year 6, and it will mark the 1-year anniversary of our fortress, and the first year will have been survived. Now, I don't think I'm going to jinx it. I don't think we'll be dying before the end of winter, hopefully. So, we'll see how it goes, though. We'll see how it goes. None of these are finished up yet. I also want to make some more rock pots at these craft workshops that I set up. And we are currently out of plants that we can brew brew beer from. Let's start preparing some easy meals. Just keep our dwarves fed. And yeah, everything seems to be going alright. It's all alright. I'm going to go and set to make sure someone is on blacksmithing duty, just so we get those copper chains forged and we can move on. Okay, so that is done, and hopefully one of them will get around to that pretty quickly. Now, hopefully when we dig deeper, our miners will find even more valuable things than copper and iron that we can make trade goods with. Sorry. So when the merchants come, then we'll have something to give them besides one iron battle axe, which we would rather keep for our own military dwarves anyway. We do have this officially designated as a barracks, but it could probably use some more beds and things like that, so we'll do that right away. And there we go, someone is getting to work here. Irvad, the militia commander, getting to work forging some copper chains, which will allow us to construct a traction bench, which is going to be good, just in case any of our dwarves end up in the hospital and need to be operated on. Okay, let's see. We should make sure we have our engraver set to smooth out all of these bedrooms that are being potentially used. So there we go. All of that will be smoothed out. And hopefully I didn't assign him any other jobs randomly. I don't think I did. If we zoom all the way out, take a look at everything all covered in snow out there. Go take a look at the top of the mountain. Our farms are still going well. The lake up here is frozen. There's a bunch of trees all up the mountainside. So we'll not be short on wood at this fortress, which is obviously a good thing. And actually, let's cancel digging right there, because I'd rather them focus on digging down deeper and seeing what there is to see, rather than expanding our dining hall. I don't think that's necessarily an urgent concern. And yeah, everything's alright. We can brew from plants again, because we have some plants built up, thanks to our farms. The chickens are there checking out the statue of flies, probably trying to eat it. And these copper chains, only one of them still has been forged, but hopefully he'll get around to the rest of them at some point soon. And what is our king up to? He is currently making a rock pot. Well, that's a good job for a king, I suppose. Why not? And we are also going to want to engrave all of this with our master engraver. Now, I'm just going to go, and oh, there he is. I was just going to go make sure he's only set to smooth and engrave things, but right on time he came over and started working on it. Let's see. Yeah, I think, no, is that our guy? Maybe that's not even our guy. I don't know. I thought that was what he was wearing, but it could be someone else. I'm gonna go check real quick.